You're still very young. I know 10 years is a lot of time. I know that each year is a lot of time. I realize that, but your life is not over.
5 counts, a sealed flash drive, and a 24-year-old asking for deferred instead of prison. The defense says mental health explains the path that got him here, but the judge has to decide one thing: punishment or risk.
2023 CR 5260. Could everyone please whisper? State of Texas versus Arturo Angel Contreras Santos. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jordan Brown for the state.
Defense?
Cesar Montalvo for the defense. We're ready.
And are you Mr. Contreras Santos?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And state, do you have a motion?
Yes, Judge. At this time, the state would offer to add to the plea paperwork a motion to seal State's Exhibit 1A. If not so designated in the paperwork, the court would ask that the state would ask that the court designate the manila folder containing a flash drive as 1A. Just due to the nature of the content being sensitive, we want to make sure that that content is protected in the court's file.
There's no objection from the defense, Your Honor.
Right. Thank you. Then the state's motion will be granted without objection.
The first move tells you everything. The state asks to seal Exhibit 1A, a flash drive kept out of the public file because of what it contains. No objection. Motion granted. The evidence is in the case, but it's locked away.
All right. Mr. Contreras, you entered a plea on June 20th of no contest to count 1, no contest to count 2, and no contest to count 3. The charge was possession of pornography in each count, according to the plea bargain agreement. I'm sorry, and also no contest to counts 4 and count 5. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. The state is opposing your application, and they are taking in consideration 2022 CR 11150. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
No objection.
Any witnesses, state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We have 2 witnesses.
All right, call your first witness.
Your Honor, at this time, we call Dr. Michael T. Jumis to the stand.
All right, Dr. Jumis. And if you will step to this side over here, sir. And he can,
And Your Honor, we have some stipulations, but once he's sworn in, we'll read them into
right.
the record.
Good morning. It's always nice seeing you.
Morning, Judge.
All right, so just so the record is clear, I know Dr. Jumis. As a defense attorney, he's handled cases for me. So is there any objections to me hearing him based upon that from anyone?
No objection based on that conflict from the state, Judge.
None from the defense.
All right, Dr. Jumis, if you can rate, and I do, well, I'm just going to leave it at that. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
My name is Michael Thomas Jumis, Jumes.
All right, defense.
And Your Honor, the parties have stipulated that Dr. Jumis is qualified as an expert in clinical psychology, and we offer his curriculum vitae as defense's Exhibit 1.
Agree with the stipulation, no objection to the CPC.
I tender to the court.
All right, oh, you want to come around? Yes. All right, so defense exhibit number 1 then is admitted without objection.
Dr. Jumis, good morning.
Good morning.
Where do you work?
I work as a psychologist in private practice, and I work part-time as a psychologist at Kerrville State Hospital.
And how long have you been at that job?
I've worked in private practice since about 2002 and at Kerrville State Hospital since 2008.
And what are some of your duties at your employment?
So I evaluate individuals, sometimes for courts, often for
Excuse
courts.
me, just 1 second. You all need to do that on this end because we're on the record and the court reporter can't hear. So if he'll just move to the other end. All right, you may continue.
I conduct evaluations for courts and for the Kerrville State Hospital to consider clinical and forensic mental health issues.
Thank you. And in this particular case, have you met my client, Arturo Contreras?
I have. He's standing to my left.
Did you prepare a report in this case?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I offer defenses 2 entitled Privileged Psychological Evaluation by Dr. Jumis.
No objection.
Defense exhibit number 2 is admitted without objection.
Dr. Jumis. After you completed your report in this particular case, did you arrive at any conclusions?
Yes.
And what were those conclusions?
So I conducted a clinical interview with a mental status examination. I conducted some brief screening testing for cognitive abilities. I spoke by telephone to interview members of Mr. Contreras' family. And I considered mental health factors along the developmental spectrum to obtain an understanding of his lifespan development and its implications for cognitive functioning.
And in your evaluation, did you make any specific determinations about my client?
Yes, after I reviewed materials, I identified educational factors, interpersonal factors, mental health factors, neurocognitive factors that implicated a trajectory with better developed better developed verbal than nonverbal reasoning abilities. And those had some implications for judgment and decision-making and problem solving.
And given these reasoning, I'll call them disparities. Is that accurate if I say that he had reasoning disparities?
Yeah, there were differences.
What do you think, in your opinion, how does that impact? Let me back up. You're aware about the facts of his offense or charges in this case, correct?
Only in a thumbnail sketch.
Okay. Did my client describe to you what he's being charged with?
No.
Have you been able to review materials such as the charges in this case?
Yes.
And given your experience and your training, what is this cognitive dissonance or reasoning dissonance? How does that play in how he ended up getting these charges?
I think that's a complicated question. My sense is that in his case, he had a growing up experience with some amount of interpersonal withdrawal. He was socially isolated. There was some bullying in his school experience. Those factors we see continuing in his adulthood, a withdrawn individual, somewhat depressed in his style of mood and relatedness, and the cognitive factors in this case involve a better developed verbal reasoning ability, which tends to reflect some linear logic and problem solving processes with a somewhat a significantly different nonverbal reasoning ability. The scores fall in the average range, but for him, the relative difference impacts his ability to sort of see the big picture from my perspective and to understand. And I suspect that those are interrelated with aspects of his development and interpersonal situation.
As of now, as you stand here before this court, do you have any concern as if he's granted any sort of community supervision, as he's asking for today? Do you have any concern as to the danger that he might pose to the public?
From a professional perspective, Your Honor, I did not evaluate any dangerousness risk factors, and so I don't have a professional opinion on that.
Did you perform any diagnostics in this case?
I formed some diagnostic impressions based on the data, a depressive disorder versus dysthymia. I had some concerns that there may be an autism spectrum disorder or an attachment disorder or other clinical concerns that would help to understand his current clinical picture.
Would you agree that this leaves open perhaps the opportunity for my client to seek more therapy or to explore those other potential diagnostics?
Certainly, treatment can aid to diagnosis and can assist with forming an effective treatment plan.
Thank you. I pass the witness.
All right, any questions?
Yes, so do you want me here?
Oh, that's fine.
Dr. Jumas, thank you for being here. I just have a very few quick questions. I think you kind of covered it in your last answer. This was not a analysis of this individual, Mr. Contreras Santos, is that correct?
That's correct. I did not do a sex offender risk assessment.
Okay, so you have no opinion on, regardless of whether he gets a prison sentence after he gets out of prison, or if he gets probation, deferred, or regular, whether he's a risk to reoffend or to in any particular way?
I have no opinion.
Pass the witness, let me further.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, call your next witness.
Your Honor, I call Arturo Contreras.
Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Arturo Ángel Contreras Santos.
All right, just make sure you speak up so that the court reporter can hear and I can hear.
Good morning, Arturo.
Hey.
What was your occupation before your arrest?
I was working at Reyes Automotive. I was doing just plastic injection molding for truck parts.
Okay, did you have any other occupation as well?
No,
Where were you residing at the time of your prior to your arrest?
with my parents, living with them.
Are you aware of the charges before you today?
Yeah.
Have you accepted responsibility?
Yeah,
Do you regret your actions?
yes,
Are you asking the court to grant you deferred supervision in this case?
Yeah.
And if admitted, do you think you would be successful?
I think I can.
Why do you think so?
Well, I think I can follow through with this, complete it. I mean, I want to get better. I don't want to be like this anymore.
Do you have a family support system?
Yeah.
Is any of your family members here in court today?
Yeah, over there in the stands.
And they've been to each and every one of your settings, is that correct?
Yeah,
And are they aware of the charges against you?
yes.
Has this event hurt them?
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Now, how long have you been incarcerated for?
Since October 19th.
Would it be fair to say that you've been at the county jail for 268 days?
Yeah,
Have you, in your time while incarcerated, have you been disciplined in the jail in any way?
no, not at all.
Have there been any problems while incarcerated?
No, none.
I pass the witness.
State.
Mr. Contreras, I have a few questions, driven around for the state. How old are you?
24th.
So you were in your 20s when what you pled guilty to occurs, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, would you agree that relationship with the child is inappropriate for an adult man?
yes,
Would you agree that legal in the United States of America and in Texas?
yes,
Would you agree that you were aware of both of those things when you committed those offenses?
yes.
You didn't learn after, you knew that at the time.
Uh,
You didn't learn it was a bad thing after the fact, you knew it at the time you were doing it,
oh, yeah,
and you did it anyways.
Yeah.
And if you received probation, you'd be out in the free. So there might be some restrictions on your internet use, but those are just rules that you could choose to follow or choose not to follow. Is that correct?
I choose to follow all those rules.
You would choose to follow them?
Yeah.
Okay. Pass the witness.
All right, any further questions?
Mr. Contreras, what is your status in this country?
A lawful permanent resident.
And you're,
Yeah.
and you're aware that having pled to this case, you expose yourself to removal proceedings or deportation.
Yeah.
And you're here under the provisions of DACA, is that correct?
Yes.
I pass the witness.
Any follow? All right, defense, any other witnesses?
No, Judge.
All right, the court will hear brief argument. State,
State would defer to final argument, Judge.
defense.
Yes, Judge, just a few points. My client is 24. He's young. He acknowledges, he appreciates and accepts the consequences of his actions, and he seeks to simply be placed on deferred adjudication, as his application states. There is no criminal history. The PSI also supports this. There's no juvenile criminal history. There's no adult criminal history besides these charges that came in a batch that were all a series of the same transactions. This particular case lacks physical injury. As we heard from the doctor earlier, there is a level of cognitive dissonance in his reasoning and therefore his behavior. While there seems to be room for an exploration of more diagnostics. Dr. Jumis stated that there may be a possible autism spectrum issue. We don't know. We think that there's room under supervision to explore this and to get him the help that he hasn't had before or in the past. We also have evidence that there's a home support system. His family has been here. They're here now. And I believe that they'll be there throughout this case for him. He's present in the USA under DACA. He's currently exposed to removal proceedings. He, even knowing what benefits he could lose, he still accepts his responsibility and he takes it seriously. He has about 9 months in county jail as well. I believe that given these circumstances, he would make a good candidate. While we recognize the egregiousness of this crime and really any crime at the felony level, we still believe that Mr. Contreras would make a good candidate under these circumstances, under these facts. He was gainfully employed as well at the time before his arrest, and he lived a quiet life with his parents. We simply ask that he be given the opportunity in this particular case for deferred.
All right, and counsel, at the time he entered into this plea, you informed the court that you believed he was competent and you believe that he was sane at the time of the offense, correct?
That's correct.
And do you still believe he's competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I only bring that up. I know autism is not related to competency at all, but I just want to make sure for the record that that was clear.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. State?
Yes, Judge, just to be brief. What we have here is a situation where an individual, Dr. Jumis can testify, give you some clarity on the type of upbringing he had, as well as the PSI, the kind of personality developed, constantly online, engaging with people online, and that's fine and good. But ultimately, Mr. Contreras made a decision to engage with people on the internet. He made a decision to engage with a child that brought him onto law enforcement's radar, as you see in State's Exhibit 1. And he made a choice to engage in content that not only is illegal, but it's content that victimizes deception and re-victimizes a child every time it's distributed on the internet. And based on that, the state believes that their recommendation in this case is appropriate and asks the court to follow it.
All right. This is what the court will do. In regards to counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the court will find you guilty. Those counts will run concurrently. In each count, the court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison. The court will give you credit for any time served. There's to be Chapter 62 registration. The court will take in consideration 2022 CR 11150. Counsel, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. I want to let you know that I did listen to the witnesses that your counsel brought to me. I always internalize everything. And I never make a decision on whether or not I'm going to give someone deferred adjudication or not until after I've heard everything and reviewed everything. So I want to let you know that I listen intently. You're still very young. I know 10 years is a lot of time. And I know that each year is a lot of time. I realize that. But your life is not over. You will still be able to do better and be productive, okay? All right, thank you so much. Good luck to you.
The expert describes isolation, depression, and possible neurodevelopmental issues, but he never evaluates sexual reoffense risk. The state leans on that gap. Explanation isn't protection. And in the end, the judge chooses certainty. 10 years, all counts concurrent, with Chapter 62 registration.